You know what sucks? Well, you spend all this time trying to lay everything out on the freaking table all nice, and then you do something crazy like forget the freaking microphone that needs to go in the shop. But anyways, this is my travel loadout. So anytime I'm going somewhere and I'm trying to pack light, this is what I bring. Let me get you some details. Let's get it. Now let's get this party started. What is in tight shirt Terry Warfield's camera bag? Now before we actually get into the meat and potatoes, obviously y'all, this could change. If I'm taking a trip that requires a bigger drone or a bigger tripod or a gimbal or bigger lens, whatever the case may be, obviously it can change. This is my when I'm trying to pack light but capable setup. So this is what I'm gonna show y'all, right? Let's start with the camera bag. Now I have a bunch of camera bags, but my favorite, and shout out to Tech Gear Talk for this camera bag because he did give this bag to me. This is the Timba DNA 15. This is a roll top bag. It has so much freaking room in it. It's got like this microwave fabric that's super easy to clean. It's water resistant. It's got pouches and compartments and crap everywhere to put all of your stuff in. What's dope about this bag is in addition to all the compartments and stuff, it has a whole camera insert at the bottom. And I love how it doesn't open all the way. So when you open it to grab the camera out of it, it doesn't fall out. But the dope part is you can take this compartment out and put it in the top. So that way, if you want to use the entire bottom half of the bag for storage, clothes, whatever you can. And this camera insert can hold a few cameras, a few lenses, etc., etc. And again, it's just compartments and crap all over the place. And I don't know if they make this bag anymore, but if they don't, I know they offer a lot of other bags, so check out their website. This is not sponsored or anything by them, but the back of it has airflow channels so your freaking back don't get all sweaty. It's got breathable material. All in all, like I really love this bag. It's so much storage. I could pack so much stuff in here, and it's durable, water resistant. The zippers are water resistant. I love the Timba DNA 15. And by the way, I'll have links for all of this stuff in the description, and I made videos on pretty much all of this stuff, probably except for that bag. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk cameras. Right now, I own a lot of cameras. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and I'm very blessed and fortunate to be able to say that, and I'm thankful. But when I have to go traveling, this is the camera that I picked, the Sony a7 IV. Not because it's specifically great at one thing, but because it's really good at a whole lot of things. It's a really good photo camera. It's a really solid video camera. It's got great battery life. The lens selection on Sony is great. Man, the image quality is great. It does pretty much everything that I need when I'm going on a trip. Like I said, I have cameras that are more capable when it comes to video or etc., etc. But when I just need to take one camera, it's the Sony a7 IV. While I have the camera on the table, I might as well talk about lenses. I take 2 lenses on every freaking trip. That doesn't mean that I don't take more, but I always default to these 2. First of all, the 50mm f1.2 gangster mode. This lens is by far my favorite lens ever made. I will use this lens even in situations where I shouldn't be using a 50mm just to use it. That's how good this freaking lens is. So I always take my 50mm f1.2 gangster mode, and I also always take my Tamron 17-28. This is a sleeper lens for content creators. It's really small, it's really lightweight, the image quality is crazy, and most of all, when you zoom in, the barrel doesn't extend. So having a wide angle f2.8 lightweight zoom that you can slap on any Sony camera, this thing is goated. I create most of my vlog style content with this lens. Now, I also take another camera with me because it's always good to take 2 instead of 1 if you can. And that is the Sony ZV-1. Now, the Sony ZV-1 Mark II is out. I chose not to buy it because honestly, for what I use this thing for, it just wasn't necessary for me. But I like to have the ZV-1 on me because it slips into a pocket. It's really good image quality. And when I don't want to have to take out a big camera, but I still want, you know, decent enough quality to post on socials or whatever, this fits the bill. It's a great little photo camera. It's a decent video camera, but most of all, it's one of those cameras that you can always keep with you so you don't miss the moment. That's what I love about the Sony ZV-1. All right, let's talk audio real quick. So I probably should get this French fry grease off of my stuff, but let's talk headphones first. Whenever I travel, I need a good quality pair of earbuds. I do not like over-the-ear headphones. I really need them to be able to go loud because I listen to a lot of loud music, and it's probably a byproduct of me listening to loud music, which is why I can't freaking hear. But I also need them to have really, really good noise cancellation. And right now, I'm using the Soundcore Liberty 4 NCs. These things are actually fire. You get about 10 hours of playtime per charge, but if you use the case, you actually get about 50 hours per charge. And this button right here has a little LED indicator on it, and whenever you want to use them, you just press it. they're ready to use. You put them in there. So a few other things I really like about these headphones. First of all, I told y'all they get loud. 11mm drivers, these things, especially if you use Soundcore's EQ app, you can really crank the volume on these and they really sound good. The low end bass presence is there, the mid sound great, the high sound great. And again, I can push these headphones more than any other pair of earbuds that I own. The other thing is the adaptive noise cancellation. These can get rid of 98.5% of ambient noise. So if you're frequently on like planes, trains, buses, automobiles, anything like that, they do a really good job and they're really comfortable to wear and they don't fall out. So if you want a little pair of headphones that are loud, number one, really loud, great noise cancellation, great battery life, crispy audio, yo, check these bad boys out. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Next thing, when I'm going out to create content, these ECM microphones from Sony are game changing. If you've never seen them in action, I'm going to show you how they work. You literally just put them on there. That's it. There's no freaking batteries, there's no cables or anything like that, and they're digital. Everything is controlled by the microphone and the camera. Because it's digital, it does all the onboard processing for you. There's different modes you can use. You don't have to worry about the volume. You ain't got to worry about no batteries. You ain't got to worry about no cables. And most of all, they sound great. So when it comes to filming yourself in like shotgun, you know, range type audio, the ECM mics are fantastic. I highly recommend if you have a Sony camera, one of the newer ones, you got to get one of these. They offer a few of them. The ECM B10 is my favorite one. This is the one I use. Now, if I'm not using that one, then I'm absolutely using right now, like I am in this video, the DJI microphones. These really resemble headphones in the way they operate. As soon as you open the case, which is a charger case, they're ready to go. They pair up, they sync automatically. I got the receiver on top of the camera right now and I'm wearing one of them, but otherwise they would go in here. They got great battery life. They come with connectors for phones in them. They can record audio internally. Man, you don't have to worry about external software, nothing like that. You just plug them up and all the audio you can just pull off of them. They do backup recording. You can do stereo. Like there's so many things you could do with these, and most of all, they're very easy to use and they sound great. They're not 32-bit float, they're only 24-bit, but for most applications, these, especially when you need to bring another person into the frame, you can mic up two people at the same time, or if you just want to get away from the camera and not like sit in front of it and walk around and stuff like that, great range and all that stuff. The DJI mics, honestly, I will not leave home without these freaking microphones. All right, this is my travel tripod right here. It's actually a tabletop tripod, but the legs do extend 3 feet each one of them, so you can actually get some decent height out of this thing. It's aluminum. I've actually been rocking it for about 2 years. It's made by Newer. It's even got a little U cut out right there if you want to flip the camera down in the vertical mode. But overall, this thing was only like 50 bucks, and I take it every single trip because it's so lightweight and durable and compact. Plus, it looked dope. It really looks dope with these red accents all over the place. The drone of choice for me when I travel is the Mini 3 Pro. Now, I own a lot of drones, right? But whenever I'm going somewhere, this is the one I take. Look how small this thing is. You see that? I can fit this in the palm of my hand, and because it's under 250 grams for a lot of y'all, this gets rid of a lot of the travel restrictions. It can film up to 4K 60, 10-bit. It's got obstacle avoidance. It's got great battery life. The video quality out of it is crazy. You can flip the camera and film in vertical mode. This is a really solid travel camera, especially when you pair it up with the DJI RC, which if you don't have a remote, I highly recommend you grab one of these. They only cost about 400 bucks. This will change your droning experience if you have a DJI drone. So Mini 3 Pro is my go-to, plus the RC. Now the next thing is the freaking Apple Watch Ultra. I will not leave the house without this thing on. When I first got it, I was real hesitant on it because it costs so freaking much for an electronic smartwatch, but it's proved to be one of my favorite purchases ever. I could go ahead and put it on now if you could just give me 1 second, okay? I like to wear it. I don't like not having it on my wrist. Bam! So now that we got this on here, first of all, these Apple Watch bands are knockoffs. I don't like paying full price for stuff when I can get the knockoff version for way cheaper, but if you're an Apple Watch fan, you gotta get one. They cost a lot, but they are worth every single penny. The battery life is great, the microphone, the speaker quality, the screen on it, like everything about the Apple Watch Ultra is so freaking clutch. All right, while we in that vein, let's talk about what phone am I using. Man, I'm still rocking the iPhone 13 Pro. The cameras is busted, the phone is all jacked up, but listen here, it still works. It's reliable. It works whenever I need it, although I can't use the camera. And honestly, I'm not upgrading until the iPhone 15 comes out. My other two devices that I take are the iPad Mini 6. I absolutely love this thing. Is it perfect? No, it hasn't been updated since the end of 2021. I wish they would come out with a freaking Pro version, but they haven't yet. But but overall, this is my favorite iPad ever made. It's so capable to be so small, and I will not get rid of it until the next one comes out. And my other device, now this is big baby right here. My dog is barking upstairs. It's my MacBook Pro, right? This is the 14-inch M1 Max from 2021. 64 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. I do wish that I had more internal storage, but this thing can handle majority of every single thing that I throw at it. So the reason I didn't go with the 16-inch, I went with the 14-inch is because I wanted the power, but I didn't want to be pulling out a freaking cookie sheet when I get on an airplane. So the 14.2 inch is a great middle ground to have a travel computer with me. The last two things that I take everywhere. Number one, Samsung T7. I actually take 2 of these. I take these when I want to dump footage from off my storage cards, or if I want to drive to edit off of. These are small, lightweight, super fast, and they're dependable. I've never had to worry about my Samsung T7, either one of them failing or not working. And then lastly, I take my Aperture MCs with me every trip. I usually take 2 or 3 of them. I actually have a whole kit. First of all, they charge wirelessly or USB-C. They're magnetic, they're bicolor, so you can, put any color you want on them. You can link them up with the Citus Link app to control them, and they're magnetic, if I didn't say that already. So you can stick them to like hotel refrigerators if they have them, or whatever the case may be. They actually come with little diffusers you can put on the front of them. These are great in the pinch to film yourself if you don't have no light available in a hotel room. So this is my travel loadout. Now again, this could change. I might swap some things out depending on what trip I'm going on, but overall, these are the essentials that I take every single trip. Again, there will be links in the description for everything. Let me know what's in your bag or if you use any of this same stuff. And until next time, I'm out of here. Tight Shirt, Terry Warfield. Piece of chicken grease. Much love, y'all. Peace.